Friends, I am starting a new journal today, so welcome to my channel, welcome to my craft room, and let's get started. As I showed you, I'm working on this little vintage robot journal today, and so I'm going to keep the little golden spine on this one. There's nothing wrong with it. It's from 1979, 69 cents originally, so it's all the evidence is here that it is authentic, 1979. It's so cute. So we're going to take this apart in a second, and I'm going to show you the papers that I'm going to plan on using in here. So I'm going to pick out some papers from my stack of papers that I already have ready, like I did on the last one. So again, this is not one that I would use a lot of flowers, or probably no flowers in this one, but I have some pretty scrapbook papers, and I have my pile of folded pages already here. So I'm going to choose some from here that I feel like would go in here really quickly. It's easy to go through here because there's a lot of florals in here and I'm not using any of them. So let's skip all the florals. There's pineapples, I'm not going to use those. And more florals. Let's see, I think there's some on the bottom here that might not be florals. Let's see what I got. Yes, atlas index. I already have an atlas page there, a map atlas page, and let's see, there's no pink in here, so we're not going to use that pink page, and I think that is it from my folded pages. I remember folding these, and I know I was trying to use a lot of this scrapbook paper up, so they will be useful in the other journals. Just these first two are not so flowery type of, not flowery type of journals. So anyway, there's 4. So let me show you the other papers I have picked out so far. Besides, I do want to use the pages in the book, the book pages in these two. So, but I also have, this is, technically, I guess you could say it's a, space themed robots and spaceship adventure for robots is what it says right there. So I have this family fun night, a journal kit here. It's a scrapbook collection kit from Cartabella, which is which I got on echopark.com. And so in here, there's some like spacey type. This reminds me of the Jetsons. So there's some spacey type and mid-century modern type or themed pages. So let me pull out a couple because we're going to have 2 signatures, and I'll just show you. I have used a little bit of this one before, so let's see what's left in here. Because I can't go by that first page because I don't know what is left. I can see some of the stickers. A few of the stickers I've used. And yeah, let's see what's left in here. That's a good idea, because I don't know what is left. Let's see. So here's some journaling cards. This is called Family, what is it called? Family Fun Night, I think. So this is like families playing games, playing Twister, watching TV. Okay, so that's that one, and this is the other side. Mid-century modern TVs here. And this side is records, and then we've got little color chrome slides. And this side is, so this side I like. This is the more of a mid-century modern kind of starburst. I like this one. I might choose that one. Here is like an actual game board. It's so cute. And then this one is like soda bottles. We have cut aparts here that are bingo cards. I love this side, but I also love these bingo cards. And then here's more journaling cards, and that is it. So we got 1 so far. Let's see if we can actually pick out one more here that we could use in here. Let's do, I think I'd like to do the TVs with the records. Okay, so I'm going to do those. Oh, here's another one. Oh, we saw that one, but this side, I don't think I showed you this side. Dominoes. So cute. I love this paper. this the particular theme and everything. So fun. So I have, that's one. So we picked out two, which those will be the signature covers probably. And then I also picked out this one. This is a scrapbook paper pad that I have a few sheets left of. I used a lot of these already in some scrapbooks or some junk journals I did a few years ago or a couple years ago. And this is a comic. I got these at Tuesday morning. I had a couple of them, I think, or maybe I only had one, but I don't remember now. But I think this is all I have left. And I shared some of these with a friend, some of these particular papers. But yeah, see right here, it says Comic Heroes and 48 sheets. It's cardstock, and I got it from Tuesday morning when there was a Tuesday morning. So anyway, in here, as you can imagine, different comic book related pages. So this, I could use this. I use a couple pieces here, but if I cut this off, it would be the right size of a page. So I do have this one. It's kind of a yellowish pattern, but it has a kind of a almost like a woven pattern in the background. I don't know if you can see that, like the brown specks on there, kind of like almost like a woven pattern. So I might use that. Let's put that one over here, and let's plan on using that so I can just use the rest of this up. So that's one. And I wouldn't mind having, let's see what else is actually in here. There's another yellow one. We've got this one with the, ouch, crunch, zap, like you see on Batman and Robin type of thing. The colors, this matches the colors. What's on the other side? Oh, they're white on the back side. So I'm going to take this out as a possibility. I like that one. We have all like so many colors in this cover. I would say the colors that are not here would be like green. I don't see any green, although his little light there is a little turquoisey green. But we've got blue and red and black and yellow, tan, gray. Speaking of gray, there you go. And let's see what this red one is back here. I think I would like this one actually. Yeah, I think I might like this one in the middle of one signature, and this one in the middle of the other signature, and then the other two on the outside, unless I change that around, But anyway, however I end up organizing these are the four I think I'm going to pick out. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we'll have those other pages that I picked out here. Got those. And then now we need to get the cover ready. So since we're keeping the little golden spine, and I haven't taken it apart yet, let's see if we can get this apart without damaging our spine. And so there's, different ways to do this, but I'm going to try just kind of going down the middle here. And this is how I usually do it, is one way or the other. Either you can go in from here and loosen up the staples, or here in the back. So in the back is where the prongs are that come up. In the back, in the front is the flat part. So you really want to get those prongs kind of out of the pages. So what you want to do is get those prongs up and then be able to just remove the pages. So we're not going to actually take out the staples. So I will show you what I'm talking about. Let's see if we can go ahead and raise this up. We want to just kind of raise this back cover up and raise up those prongs without damaging the little golden spine. Let's see, I've got my bone folder here, and I've got a little, this is a little tool from Cricut that I have in here. This little, it's like a little spatula type thing. I also use that for this, but the bone folder is a little, like this is a little kind of bendy, and this is more solid, so this is probably better. But for a nice flat tool, that also, I have also used that, so I brought that over just in case I wanted to work with that also. Wasn't sure, you never know how these are going to go as far as, I think They're pretty much all made the same, but some do have, I have had some with, like the newer ones with less pages. I got one recently that I used that actually had less pages in it. And so, you know, I guess maybe the more pages, the harder it is to get the staples out. So I feel it raising here. And I'm kind of pushing this in here and twisting a little bit. And if I feel like it's raising, okay, let's see. Let's see if it's just about ready to pop off here, it feels like. And trying to get in between the prongs. Yeah, I can see the prong right there. I just don't want to bust through that if I don't have to. So I'm going to use this a little bit because it has a little bit wider end, and maybe I can pry it up a little bit better. Let's see. Yeah, it's coming. Now let me see if I can. So good, so far so good. Oh, shoot. Yeah, it just cracked right there. So we may end up not using the little golden spine. We'll see if I can get it off of here. Usually I can, but you know, if I can't, I can't. I'm prepared to go either way, with the little golden spine or without. Now this, if I do this, if I continue in this and use it, I'm going to have to reinforce it. As far as, maybe because it's 70s, it's a little bit more brittle. Oh, okay, now it came off. It came off that one side. Let's see if we can get this side off. It's just about ready to pop off, so let's see if we can get this side to pop off without destroying it. Yep, here it is. It's out. Okay. So we just have a little tear right here. And so let's go ahead and pop off these pages. So what I can do is, let's see, what I do here is just pry the staples up, the ends, straight up, so I can get the pages off, you know, in a nice manner without, you know, tearing the pages or anything, because these pages could be a little brittle. I don't know, I'm not sure yet. They're probably not, but they might be. And there's usually 2 signatures in these little golden books, but like I said, you never know. Sometimes there's more, sometimes there's less pages. Okay, so there's one. Got a little bit of glue here along the spine too. And then the other staple. Okay, it's out. It's out, is it? And it's probably 2 signatures. Yeah, see, there they are. 2 signatures. Okay, so now what I do is, we don't worry about the front staples. And I grab my wire cutters and just cut off the prongs here. These are just little, like, jewelry wire cutters. Watch your eyes, don't want to send it flying into your eye. So it kind of does go flying. I mean, it almost always goes flying. So, you know, I vacuum in here. I'm sure I vacuum them up, or sometimes I'll sweep and vacuum depending on what's on the, how much paper shrapnel is on the floor. So yeah, I do have glasses on too. That kind of protects my eyeballs, I think. But I do kind of hold it. Usually I try to hold it away from me like that, but I do need to see what I'm doing. So you can see I'm just twisting until it pops off. There we go. It's all out. I mean, it's off. We've got a flat surface now, pretty flat. So now I just go like that and flatten out my little golden spine. And the part we tore is right back here, or that I tore is right there. There's a little tear. So I would put some, I could probably put a little tape on there, just on that one spot, and then put a little piece of fabric or something there just to mend that. I mean, the front is fine, and it doesn't look, really, it doesn't, I'm surprised at how shiny this actually is, this Golden Spine being a 1979 book. So I'm actually very surprised at that, because usually they're kind of more silvery looking by this age, but this one's pretty golden. Maybe it looks silver to you in the camera, but it's actually very gold looking. But anyway, yeah, I think I'll put maybe a little tape right there, and I have some clear duct tape. I can put that right there, a little piece, and then I can put maybe a little trim or fabric piece right down here, and just it'll be a decoration plus strengthening that little area right there. So I think we're good to go on the little Golden Spine. So now I also strengthen the inside piece. So I need to cut a piece of cardboard and put in here, tape that down, and then put some fabric over it. And I also sometimes decorate, and usually I decorate the inside, because I just, I mean, I know this is, you know, the little golden book, and it's pretty pristine in here. Like, there's no writing or anything. It is clean. I can't even believe how clean this is for 1979. But yeah, I like to make it more interesting. So we got robots here. Let's actually look at our paper. Let's actually just do, well, you know what I do? I do the spine first, and then I do the paper, and then I do the fabric over the spine, because I like the look of, and someone mentioned it in my, one of my new subscribers mentioned it in my, in a comment today, that they like the paper over the fabric, but I don't like that. Why I put the fabric over the paper is because I don't like that sharp edge of that paper over the fabric. I just think it looks, to me, I guess everybody has their own way of looking and seeing things, but to my eyes, it looks like it's finished when that fabric goes over the edge of the paper. You know what I mean? Because the paper has, if you put paper there, it has such a straight, sharp edge, and with fabric you can have like that little frayed edge, and it just looks more, to me, to my eyes, it looks more finished. I don't know why. I know that's weird, because I know, you know, people like it both ways, so I don't know. I guess it's just, you know, a matter of taste type of thing. So yeah, let's get some cardboard. I'll show you my, let's see, here's some cardboard. This should be about the right size. And we'll cut this, and so we need it to fit right in here, but not too wide, and, you know, wide enough though so that it supports, you know, extra support for the spine. And this middle part is actually just the little golden piece here and some glue. So you know, we need to support that because we want that to stay straight. Okay, I'm grabbing my paper cutter here. So let me make a little mark on the cardboard, and I think we'll try to finish the this cover today, and then we'll go into the next stage and work on the pages. But so about, like, see, here's where it bends. I need it to be able to bend, and you don't want it to make it so tight that you can't bend it. So something like that, and then over here, I think about right there. So it's not very, it's probably about an inch. And so let's cut this. Let's see if my paper cutter will cut this. And then we might have to cut a little bit off the end, a little sliver. We'll see how tall it is. So about right there. But we'll see. We'll test it out and make sure this is not too wide. I want to make sure I'm cutting this straight, because earlier I cut a piece that was not straight, and I had to cut two pieces. So, okay. So yeah, that'll go there. Just like I said, a little sliver. I knew there would be, because I had to do it on the last one too. A little sliver off the bottom. Not even anything you can measure, just a little sliver. A little tiny sliver. Little tiny sliver. Yeah, that should be good. Little tiny sliver. Okay, let's see. Yep. Okay. Now let's see how it. Yeah, it's a little wide. Believe it or not, it's a little wide. So we're gonna cut a sliver off the side, like the tiniest sliver ever, but still, it's not gonna bend properly if we don't cut a little bit off of here. So hold that down, cut, and let's see how that is. Okay, yeah, that looks perfect. Perfecto. Okay, so we're going to glue that down. We'll have our extra support. We'll glue this down, and maybe we'll put some tape over it too, and then I'll put the tape over the outside too at that point. Get all the taping done. I'm going to put tape right down, glue right down the middle here where that little divide is between the book front cover and back cover, and all up and down here. So we're gluing down this cardboard. Make sure it's in the right place. And then we're going to tape it down also. I'm going to have to pause and turn off my heater. It's either I'm cold or I'm hot. It seems like, well, I was cold, so I turned on my heater, and now I'm hot, getting hot. So what can I do? Nothing. It doesn't have a temperature gauge on it, so it's on or off. That's all there is to it on this space heater. Okay, so see that? I like this tape. It's clear. I also have another one I like too. It's tan. So these two tapes I have right now go really well with making new spines and things like that. You can't see them through anything, or if you did, you wouldn't really notice it because they just blend in. So let's get this cut off of here. Get off my scissors. Okay, let me put that down there for a second, and I got a piece to cut off here, I think. What did I see? This right here, a little bit right there, going below the cover, and a little bit on the other end. Details to tidy up here. There we go. And now, all nice and flat there. Okay, so next, the other tape on the outside, which was, where's the tear? I can't even see it. It's kind of like already repaired by putting the tape and reinforcing the inside. You know that? It really is. But I still want to put something, just some little piece out here. Let me see. I need to kind of flatten this edge out here. Cut a piece off. There we go. Now I'm not going to use that. It's kind of got a weird edge to it. Now just a little piece, I think, going right like here. Okay, so let's just cut a little piece. I don't need it all up and down or anything like that, so now we're done with that. So let me figure out how I'm going to do this. Yeah, I just want to reinforce that where I have that tear. And then we'll put some fabric there. So something like that. So I need to cut a smaller piece actually, don't I? And it will go. I kind of want to make sure it's let me get this piece off my hand so I don't mess up anything. So just a little piece like right here. I don't even really want it to cover up the golden spine because the fabric's not going to go over there. So I'm going to put it right here next to the golden spine and down onto this back cover. So that is reinforced now, that little tear from the inside and the outside. Like, so it's got a brand new kind of protection and security there. Nice and solidly put that together. And then we'll put a piece of fabric here. So first of all, let's put a piece of paper here and here. And so we picked out our papers for the inside, which are right here. I'm going to move this over. And I have the other one I wanted to use up too. That'll go on the inside. And then let's see. So I'm picturing, you know what would be cool is not that one. I kind of want one. Let's see. I don't really want this one. It's kind of boring. Like if I was going to do that, I might as well leave. So, well, I don't have any choices, do I? There's not much left of this one. I wonder how this would look nice, actually. Yeah, this would look nice. Or I could do this one and then make some colorful pockets on top of this. You know what I mean? So this wouldn't look boring. I think I'll do that. Because if I put this down, then it's pretty, and I wouldn't want this paper covering up that, but I wouldn't mind this paper covering up this. Does that make sense? So we're going to do this one. It's a good background paper. Alright, and it goes with the colors of the cover. Here, the little book cover. Cutting off my branding stuff. And usually if I cut these in half, they will fit either side, especially since I put fabric here. And this goes with the fabric. So let's go ahead and cut this in half. Cut this in half. And and then we need to cut. What I found the best way to do this is to go ahead and glue it down, and then I'll cut off the bottom part. So like, let's put this one here and this one here. So we'll do the front first. Yeah, see, then I can put a big colorful pocket on here, and that would be fun. That would be a lot of fun. And in the back too. So put some Fabri-Tac here. Get this done pretty quickly, right? It does come together a little quicker when you don't have to make a new spine, as far as, you know, complete new spine. If you use that little golden spine, you already have, you know, a major part of your spine, and plus you're not putting fabric on the outside. If I make a new spine, I have to put fabric on the inside and the outside, and that takes more time. So I'll probably do a closure with, like I did on the last one, with the eyelets. Otherwise, I would put a string or, you know, ribbon or something through here now, and then put all the paper and fabric over that. Okay, so let's get this out of the way. So when you do it like this, cut it after, because then, you know, if you cut it before, there's always a chance. There's always a chance you could cut it wrong, which you know, even if it's just a little sliver, you know. So now I have a nice straight cut all the way around. So let's do the back. Hopefully, you know, it all comes together. And really, if it's not perfect, you do the best you can and it's gonna look cute. Okay. Make sure there's enough glue on here, the edges and everything. I think so. Okay. Now let's line this one up. Here and here. Okay, everything's lined up. I don't want it to move when I cut it, so I'm going to make sure it's kind of being held down by the glue, and then I can cut it. Not worry about it moving around. Hopefully. Okay. Here we go. We won't do the pockets today. We'll do the pockets in the next video, probably, because this video is going to be long enough already. So I picked out the same fabric for this one as I used in the last one. So let's get a strip of this. This one will be different though because I'm not using it on the inside and the outside. I'm just using it on the outside. Oops. I mean the inside. But I am using a little strip on the outside, on the back. Okay, so let me get these things out of the way. So we're just going to use a little thin piece here to cover up. Just barely go over the paper. So like this. Get a nice edge on both sides. Okay. And we'll have plenty of room for pockets. So about right there. Oops. Got a long piece here to tear off, and we can use that for the back too. So let me see. I need to cut a little straighter edge here. I have my pinking shears here somewhere. Right here, right in front of me. Under paper, but right in front of me. Okay, so we're going to cut a nice straight little edge here, little pinked edge. And then we can either glue this down like this and then cut it, but I would rather go ahead and cut it so I don't, it is hard to cut this. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's a little, I've done it plenty of times, but I'd rather have it cut before. And, then if I have to cut off more, then I will, but so I got it right at the top there, actually even over maybe the little bit barely over the top, and then here I need to measure, so I'm going to measure with this where I'm going to start cutting with my pinking shears, so about right there. I'm just going to make a great little cut right there, and that's where I'll cut with my pinking shears. Try to make a straight line there across. Okay, so we got a little piece, and let me see, I think I saw some strings here. Alrighty, and now some more Fabri-Tac right here. So I'm going to go out to the edge of right here where you see the tape and the paper starting. I'm going to do that first, and then we'll add more glue under the edges and be done with this until the next video when we work on the pockets, which I can't wait for. I guess I love doing pockets, don't I? Okay, so I want to kind of make this even on both sides if I can. Let's see where the yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be even, but it would be nice if it was. Okay, now let me make sure. Let me pull this down a little bit. Okay, I think we got it in the right spot. Okay, Now, let's press it into our little grooves here where it's going to be bending. Just using my fingernail. You can use a bone folder or scissors or whatever you want. But be careful with scissors though, you don't want to cut through anything. Okay, so now we got to glue down our edges. Let's do that. I'm going out to where the fabric is, or trying to, but not go too far out. I don't want the glue to show. Okay. And you can use other glue. You can use whatever glue you like for this type of thing. You know, sometimes if I think it's going to show through, like it's not showing through this fabric, but if I think it's going to show through, I will spread it out so you don't see lines of glue behind the fabric. And then also, if I think that Fabri-Tac is too much for whatever fabric, like if it's a lacy fabric or something, I don't know, it just depends. I'll use the art glitter glue if I feel like I don't need if the Fabri-Tac is like too much for it, or, you know, because it's thicker and, you know, it might be too much for certain things, certain fabrics or whatever. If they're a thinner fabric, might be too much for it. So, alright, that is pretty already. We don't even have our pockets in there yet. And this is just that plain kind of, you know, it has a like a texture to it. So it's neat looking and it looks good with this. Alright, that is looking good. So let's do this little piece we want to do on the back to make sure everything is hunky-dory back here with that little, I mean it is hunky-dory, but you can, you know, I mean you can kind of see it. So I don't want it to look, you know, I don't know, I just think it needs to be covered up, so I think that's actually too much, so I'm going to tear this in half. So let's cut. I kind of don't want to. I want to cut it all the way down, but I don't want to cut this piece all the way in half, you know what I mean? Because I could use this on another spine, possibly. So I'm going to tear it here, or cut, let me cut it with my pinky shears. Cut it with my pinky shears. And then I'll have this wider piece, you know what I mean, for another book. Not a little thin piece like I'm going to make for this one. And so now I think maybe I'm not going to put it over the golden spine. So, but I want it to go right up against it and then be able to go up against it. Like I want to wrap it around. It's like barely going to be wrapped around, but wrapped around against the golden spine and then out. So I'm trying to figure out if I see how they have lines on here. I'm trying to figure out if I need 2 lines or 3 lines. I think I'm going to need to do 3 lines just to have enough to wrap around. So let's cut it right here and tear a strip. There we go. Now let me make sure this is straight. Or is it long enough? Yeah, that's perfect length. I'm just gonna, oops, let me get some strings off here. Yeah, and now a little pinked edge here will be pretty, and a little pinked edge here. Oh, nope, it's not pinked yet on this. I guess I pinked the other one that I took away that I'm not using, the thicker, wider one. Okay, so now we can do this and we'll be on our way with this cover. And this is going to be another fun one because I've never done a robot journal before. But when I saw these, I was like, you know, at first, you know, I'd be like, robots, I don't know about that. And I was like, oh, those are so cute. Those are the cute robots. So yeah, I said, yes, ma'am. I'm going to get that book. I got this book, I think I got this particular book at a used bookstore. Yeah, I think I did get this one at a used bookstore. Okay, so I'm going to, well, let me put a little bit more because I know I'm going to need more than that. I don't want to put too much, but I know it's going to be way more than that, so I want to get it down good, at least started. I'm shaking my camera. I need to take my leg off. I have my knee resting against the table, and then when I have my knee resting against the table and I do things like that, then my, I end up shaking the table, so I'm not sitting properly. Okay. Alright, I've got it right up against the golden spine. There's like a little groove there, so I'm going to push it down in that groove. Like, make it become part of the journal that way. It's like, it's actually part of the cover. Okay, yeah, I gotta make sure this is all flat here where I want it. See, it's kind of wrapped around. Well, see down here it's not as important, but yeah, kind of like having to make sure it's wrapped around there. Alright, yeah, see, it's touching, but it's barely wrapped around, but it is reinforcing that little spot and covering up that little spot. Plus it looks pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and put some Fabri-Tac under this edge. If I have done this even with journals that I kept a little golden spine, but it was worn. It was very worn there and here. This one isn't worn, but I have done this for the worn ones too. They weren't torn, but they were worn, and I felt like they needed reinforcement. If you didn't see those videos, that was before Christmas, and I added some trims or something, some fabric or something to reinforce those where it folds, because it just looked like it needed it, just because of the wear. But this doesn't need it because of the wear, it needs it because of that little tear there. But there we go. That's what it looks like on the back now. Super cute. It doesn't have a barcode, so that's awesome. But yeah, next I'll work on, I'll come back and do the pockets on video, and then maybe we'll make some pages, and before you know it, it will be done and in my shop. So super cute. I like it. Alright, I will see you in my next video. Have a great day, and I'll see you then.